So what is the most reliable way to know cloud tops? Well, I think it's using pilot reports. I know that's a cop-out, but when they're available, typically they provide the best choice, the most accurate choice. But they are referred to by mean sea level height. So in this case, you can see that's pilot weather report. Tops are 5,000 feet. 050 means 5,000. And even some other interesting things like top is ragged with a higher layer above is important to include. You can also use satellite imagery. So you might also use what's called echotops if there's precipitation occurring. That comes from your NEXRAD. And also something called a VAD wind profile, or VWP. And again, that comes from NEXRAD. And if you're really techie guy or girl, or you like the details of getting your hands dirty, look at the SCUT log P diagram can also help. But it really depends on the type of clouds that are present. Stratiform clouds, real simple. They're really easy to figure out. I could teach somebody typically in maybe less than 10 minutes how to figure out where the tops are. Cumuliform clouds, on the other hand, can be quite problematic because you can have all sorts of different conditions that produce clouds at all different altitudes. Really hard to know for sure in many cases. But if you use the color-enhanced satellite imagery, which they unfortunately took away from the aviationweather.gov site, but it's out there. If you go to the UCAR site, you can actually find this out there as well. Again, stratiform clouds are fairly easy to find out. Cumuliform clouds, even on this chart, can be very problematic. So what you would do is you look at the satellite image, and the satellite image here, the color that you see is the cloud top temperature. It's the temperature of the cloud top, or in some cases, the temperature of the surface of the Earth if there's no clouds there. So you find the color, whatever that happens to be, and you match that up. In this case, I'm looking at this pale green color, -20, and you match that up to the winds aloft forecast for essentially what the height is of that particular temperature, and there's your cloud top. Or you can also use the SCUT log P diagram. Really quickly, you can find the temperature and dew point where it's spreading apart. And again, that's probably where the cloud tops are located, whether it's a radiosonde observation or using a forecast model for what's happening in the near future. And another approach here is the VAD wind profile, which comes from the NEXRAD sites. This is available through the Plymouth State Weather Center. And kind of what you're looking at here is a volumetric sensor area. So it's not right at a specific location, but it's more of a volume area around the NEXRAD site. If there's not ample moisture out there, you're probably not going to see this tell you much. But if there's a fair amount of moisture, what you're going to look for is the ND, where the ND means it's no detection, meaning nothing above that. So essentially, you can kind of say that maybe the tops are here right around 8,000 or 9,000 feet in this particular case. And this is a time series graph. You can see the time shown here at the bottom. And if you fly with SiriusXM, you may be able to see the echotop heights. So I'm showing this here on a G1000, and it's shown by shades of gray, and you can put the cursor up and you can cursor over it, and it'll show you what the echotop is right there. Again, it has to be precipitation in that region to know where the tops are. And this is the echotop, not necessarily the cloud top.